Michael, first I want to start off with injuries. What's the update on the likes of Adam Jackson and co?
Well, Jacko's in the squad, so that's a positive. Or certainly we're expecting him to be in the squad. He trained yesterday. Hopefully there's no reaction. He's able to train today. In terms of where we were at from last Saturday, can't see any other changes. There's a little bit of an issue with Jamie Robson in a game that we had on Tuesday with his shoulder, that he could be out for a few weeks. Which is really unfortunate for him, because he was really starting to sort of push and show a little bit of form in training, which obviously would have applied a little bit of pressure to Cohen. So unfortunate from his point of view, but he looks like he's going to be out of it, straining on his shoulder.
You played the two up front last week. Have you had a chance to work on that a little bit more this week in training?
Yeah. I think we just have to give ourselves a few different types of options. Obviously, we've got different games coming up against different teams who've set up differently. So, the likes of John and Tom have had the opportunity to train together and work together a little bit more this week, as has obviously Liam and other lads who can play in that role, the likes of Chris.
Do you think John and Tom have got the makings of a good partnership? Do you think their two styles of play complement each other?
Yeah, I think that what they are is that they're more capable and experienced enough to deal with different situations. Whether they're asked to stay quite high at times. If we're playing against a side that have got deep line midfield play, they're clever enough and experienced enough to know that they have to drop in and try and deal with that as well. So, got bags of experience for this level, and I'm sure over a period of time they can make that work.
And how important will those experienced players be tomorrow in front of a huge crowd and obviously a raucous atmosphere?
Yeah, they'll be great, but I actually think that'll help the younger players as well, to be honest, because obviously the atmosphere will take care of itself tomorrow. It'll be full house, like you mentioned. You won't be able to hear too much of what's going on the pitch at times tomorrow, because it will be up there in terms of what they've experienced this season, certainly in a home fixture. So I expect all the players to be highly motivated for this one.
And is it about starting strongly tomorrow after what happened last Saturday and trying to put those memories of what happened behind you?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you always look for a reaction. The frustrating thing is, apart from last Saturday, certainly the last 5 or 6 old games prior to that, we've actually started really strongly and really quickly and come out of the blocks, and for some reason it didn't happen. And we got punished and paid the price for that slow start. So, against a side that are flying high, I think they've won 8 out of 10 recently. We're going to have to start quickly, because we don't want to sort of give them an opportunity to get that first goal if we can help it.
How impressed have you been by Sheffield Wednesday recently?
Yeah, I mean, what they've done is they've played really well in spells in games, but then what they've been probably as impressive, that they've dug out results as well, in terms of they know if you look at their starting 11, in fact, if you look at their injuries, their injury sort of table or room could probably play at this level and hold its own as well. They've got a really strong squad. Darren's sort of got them in a place now where they're very, very difficult to play against, hard to beat. And obviously when you've got personnel in the team like they have, with lots of championship experience, that experience can tell at times.
And although they're at a different stage of their season in terms of where they are in the table, do you think the pressure is on them just as much as it is on you tomorrow?
I think it is, yeah, absolutely. I think obviously when you've got 1,800 fans, coming to watch, and I believe there'd be a few more in the city as well, from what I'm being told. That got this expectation that goes with that. Darren knows it way more, and know each other well enough by now. When you're at a club that size, the expectation to win most weekends is right up there, and he's not the only one. There's probably another 7 or 8 clubs in this division. So, I think that winning becomes a mentality, and at this moment they've got that mentality. March
is a really busy month for you. Lots and lots of fixtures coming up. Do you have a a target set of what you'd like to get, despite it being a run of difficult games? Do you sense that you can have a good month?
Yeah, I mean, without sounding like a boring old fat, I think we've got to be careful of thinking too far ahead. I think we know what we need. We know what we need to do, sort of from a medium term between now and the end of the season. But I think it'd be really silly for me to start thinking beyond tomorrow's game and the players too. So we're just going to try and sort of negotiate each game as it comes, and understand the threat of the opposition, but at the same time see what we can do to try and make sure that we try and get points.